Hello, and welcome to the Kathleen Spraglin podcast, where I'm a woman on a mission to help you get the Zettelkasten of your dreams on your work table beside you. Well, this is a series on View from the Box, and what we're talking about here is looking at the individual physical components of a Zettelkasten and seeing what they're made of, why you want to have one, how do you make one, and what else can you do with each one of them. So it's a pretty exciting series. Here we're taking another look at the Zettelkasten to help you be able to construct the Zettelkasten of your dreams. Well, we're continuing with our series on the bib box, and today it's time to talk about how to make a bib card. So come on over to the down-facing camera, and I'm all set up to show you how to make a bib card for a book and how to make a bib card for a video. Those are the two most common types of bib cards, but we'll see others as the series progresses. So come on over and let's look at books and videos for today. Okay, we're going to start with a bib card for the book, Turn the Page, How to Transform Your Mind by Reading Old Books, by Mel Jeffcoat. Here's my starting bib card for this book, and I'd like to point out the different elements. This area in black here is going to be the basic information about the book. In this case, there's the title, Turn the Page, and the subtitle, How to Transform Your Mind by Reading Old Books, and the author, and then you'll want to get whatever information you need about the publication for the type of reference that you might need to make for your use of this book. For some people, the reference is where to find the book in their own personal library. For others, they need very detailed information for a formal bibliography. You get to choose how much information you keep for a given book regarding bibliography. So this is your main, most important area, what is the book. Now, I like to include a photo of the book. I like the cover of the book just spurs me on to reading it when I can see the picture. And it also reminds me of what to look for when I'm grabbing the book off my shelf. I got this idea from Julianne Scherer, who has a Kanban board of the book she's reading on the wall of her study. And I thought the miniature books were just so adorable that I had to adopt that idea. So the next and one of the most important areas of the bib card is the purpose. I always state the purpose that I am bringing to the book. Adler tells us that we need to know our purpose when we read the book. Sertalanges tells us that too. Bring your purpose to your reading and do not stray from it. Well, in this case, I've already read this book before when it first came out, and so this is a second reading for me, and I'm reading it with a rather specific purpose this time. I want to take another run at discursive meditation. I tried discursive meditation when I first read the book, and I wasn't very successful at it, and I just did not have enough of a motivation at that time to try to force myself to succeed with it. So I just read through it and thought, kind of nice. Well, now I have other reasons why I would really like to be able to practice discursive meditation, and so I'm going to take another run at it. So this is my specific purpose in rereading this book. And I need this purpose on this card because when I pull this card in the future, I will know that I specifically chose the sections on discursive meditation, and I won't be expecting to see notes on the other areas of the book. Okay. Up here is another line. This is something else that I got from Julianne Scherer. And when we get to main cards, you will hear me talk about the importance of adding a line like this, which I call the tagline, to your main cards. Well, Julianne liked that idea so well that she adapted it to her bibliography card. And boy, oh boy, do I like it too. I think she came up with a spectacular use for it there. And as she described her ideas, that she wanted this line to reflect not only what the book was, but why she was choosing to read this book. So I adopted that as well. I think that's a great idea. So my tagline for this book is discursive meditation might transform my mind. Well, where did I get transform your mind? Well, right here, transform your mind by reading old books. So I'm hoping that that discursive meditation is going to be the part of Mel Jeffcoat's book that does transform my mind. So there's my tagline. Later, we'll come back to this card to talk about why are these words underlined in blue, but that's not the topic of today. Today's we're just talking about how to make the bib card. Well, there's another thing that I add to all of my bib cards, and it's basically an address that I use for filing it in my bib box. I file by alphabet, and I showed you the cards, how I use an ordinary alphabetic divider card, and then I pin in an R dot, and then I file all of my bib cards alphabetically. And this card, because it's R dot M, would go in this section. And you can supply any nickname for your books that you desire. It's completely up to you. There are no hard and fast rules. I can share with you the guidelines that I use, but whatever you come up with is totally up to you. I'm using the initials of the author's name, MJ in this case, and then an underscore to separate. And then I pick out the key words in the title, and I use the initials of the keywords, turn page, TP. So this one is r.mj_TP. Now when I first create my card, that's all I've got there. It stops right with that. When I start taking notes on the card, if it turns out, as in this case, that I use more than one card, well then I number the cards. And you'll notice that 2 of them have a plus sign next to them, because that tells me there's more coming, but this last one doesn't. I also trim the corner of the second and subsequent cards, because then I can grab them easily when I'm looking for all of the cards to stay together. Besides the chapter in the book on discursive meditation, Mel Jeffcoat also has a YouTube channel at Industrial Alchemy. The link will be in the show notes. And he also has a video on discursive meditation. So this is my bib card for his video. And this is the style that I use for all of my video cards. Those are the 2 most common bib cards in my system, are cards for books and cards for videos. In a later time, we'll go over some of the other kinds of bib cards. I've got the same areas that I had for a book. I've got the publication information. This is just the YouTube thumbnail. I have my purpose for watching the video, and I have my tagline that sums up what the video is and why I want to watch it. So in this case, my purpose is to help me in becoming competent in discursive meditation to make use of LiLL's logic system. Well, I won't go too much into LiLL's logic system, but if you look up Mel Jeffcoat's channel, you'll learn a lot about it. It's pretty impressive. And so my tagline is, discursive meditation will help me use LiLL's logic. Now I should make another mention, whether it be a book or a video, but especially with a book, I am now disciplining myself to make the bib card, the face copy of the bib card, before I buy a new book. I have a bad habit of somebody will recommend a book to me and I'll say, ooh, sounds great. And I'll jump on over and buy the book. And then pretty soon it arrives, and pretty soon I'm struggling for a space on the shelf. And a couple of months later, I stumble on it and said, oh yeah, I was going to read that book. Oh, and then it goes back on the shelf and I forget about it again for a couple of months. Well, that doesn't happen to me so much anymore, because now, before I actually put that book into my shopping cart, I take a picture. I use the Amazon, image, and take a picture of it and give not only the publication information, why I want to read it, and its tagline before I actually put that book into my shopping cart. It's saving me a lot of pressure of books that were stacking up that were not being read. The opposite is generally true for me with a video, because very often I will watch a video and not actually take any notes on the video at all. But if I watch a video and it is rather profound for me, and I think to myself, wow, I do want to get some notes from that video, then I'll come back around and make a bib card for that video. Well, this is already getting rather long, so I'll leave it here. And tomorrow we will turn these cards over and discover what the bib notes actually look like and how they differ when the bib notes are about a video. Well, I hope you enjoyed that look at how to make a bib card, at least the front part of the card. And tomorrow we'll pick up the back side and taking notes from a book, taking notes from a video, comparing how they differ from one another. And we'll see you then to continue our story of how to make a bib card. Talk to you then. Bye-bye.